Eyes on the Prize discussion is Friday, this coming Friday. This is going to be season 1, episode 4. It's illuminating and horrific and wonderful and filled with a lot of action. And in fact, our community is watching and learning and relearning and taking action. In fact, one of our community members brought up some interesting ideas to her local community council. And of course, with her permission, here's what happened.
Thank you for your time. This is actually close to on the agenda, but it has to do with last meeting, actually. I wrote it down. I will keep it short. I understand we have a very busy night, but this is super important, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to be able to talk about it because last meeting, there was not an opportunity to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it. I watched last Alderman meeting with anger and dismay as Alderman Talbot's thoughtfully written resolution was voted down without a conversation. Why was that? Talking about something does not make it law, and this wasn't a law. It was a resolution, as was just stated. A resolution is a statement. It's simply a way to tell folks, as was just stated, hey, see this situation over here? We know about it. We've talked about it. We have a strategy, and this is how we're going to address it, much like Peter was just saying. This seems very cut and dry to me. But the reaction that I saw here from the majority of the members that were present in this room that night, and later out loud online from the hecklers, was no thanks, we like to keep our heads in the sand. So tonight I would like to give you a very short history lesson. 71 years ago, 71 is not that long ago. 71 years ago, on August 28, 1955, Emmett Till spoke to Carolyn Bryant. Carolyn Bryant was a white shopkeeper. Emmett Till was a 14-year-old black boy in Mississippi. He was then kidnapped, lynched, murdered. At his funeral, his mother, Mamie Till, asked that his casket be left open so people would have to look at his face. So people would have to look at what people did to him. So people couldn't turn away. So they couldn't bury their face in the sand and ignore what was going on. Mamie Till was quoted as saying, "The murder of my son has shown me that what happens to any of us, anywhere in the world, had better be the business of all of us." So while sitting here in your chambers, making decisions about the future of our great city, and we have some big decisions to make right now, while you work on your re-election campaigns, and some of you work on your election campaigns, to get inside this rail, remember that this community in Rutland, Vermont is part of a bigger community. What happens in Minneapolis happens to us. What happens in LA, in Texas, in Maine, in Florida, Michigan, and anywhere in the United States happens to us. Maybe while you're making grand plans to celebrate the 250th birthday of this nation, you should take a step back and see if you're standing up to the tyranny and injustice like the Patriots did back then. Like our friends of color have been doing this entire time, whether we've been looking at it or not. Martin Luther King said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Thank you.
To everybody who's been participating, I can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough. Again, that's Friday, this coming Friday, in most places in the States. Check my Patreon for all the details. Go to patreon.com/CW/TOKYOTERRI. I hope to see you Friday.